Okay, so I was talking about the Azusa Street Revival. Welcome back. This is Nandi is here. I am Nandi, your fellow traveler on this journey back to ourselves. And this is part 4 of my spiritual awakening, why I left the church video. Okay, I can't believe I'm really holding it together. I have been in a fog for years, but that's why I have to push all this information out. That's why I'm talking mainly about me. Maybe I had something to teach, but right now I'm just talking about what I know, and what I know is me. I've been getting to know me. So, what was I saying? I was talking about the Azusa Street Revival. You know what? I didn't go upstairs and get the book. I hit stop and record. But anyway, you can Google it. I don't want to get too far off into that anyway. But, so that's another reason why because I know what we call miracles do happen now. I know it's more scientific. But it's still, when you manifest something, me sitting here is a miracle. Sitting here before you is a miracle. Not just breast cancer, not just a spiritual awakening that triggers a depression that is, I guess that's what I'll move into next. The dark night of the soul aspect of the spiritual awakening. Because I can see why there are a lot of videos from quote unquote new age to Jesus, because that dark night of the soul, or contact with the spiritual realm that they weren't prepared for. So, dark night of the soul. That set in. Okay, this was about 2011 when I moved into the house, 2012 when I started awakening. So, spring of 2013. I'm gonna have to ask for more time. Or request more time, or however you do it on here, but 2013, and I'm looking at not what triggered it, but I remember the day it happened. My washer and dryer was delivered, and I don't know why. I was months into this journey, but my third eye popped open, and it was the day it was delivered. I was working third shift then. It was after they were delivered. I was in my bedroom talking to my Ajay in our bedroom where he was talking. I was listening to him. Then all of a sudden, I heard like that TV, that white noise. I heard it in this ear, and then I heard a high pitched noise, and it went all the way through and came out this ear, pop. And when it popped, everything got brighter. The colors got more vivid. Everything. I felt whole. I didn't have any insecurities. I didn't have any lack of anything. I didn't lack financially. I didn't lack spiritually. I didn't lack intellectually. I didn't lack physically. I didn't lack universally. I was connected to everything, but I was wholly myself. And then I walked into the door. He was getting ready to leave. I walked into the door, and the sun, I had to step back in because the sun was shining. And the grass was glistening. The leaves on the tree. it was, yeah, it was springtime. And I don't know what triggered it. I don't know if it was because of the washer and dryer. Because I was so happy. I was happy. I finally got them because it was a rough winter. We live in Michigan. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm back. That was my daughter-in-law. Okay. Now, what was I talking about? I had it on my mind. Oh, the washing and dryer. Oh, that was a rough winter. That was when we had that ice storm and all those different energy companies from out of state had to come help restore energy and everything. And not only that, I was driving a Buick LaCrosse at the time. That did not handle well in the weather, and the washer and dryer was down. So I had to we had to go to the laundromat. I had to load up that little bit car, go to the laundromat for a lot of the winter. So when that washer and dryer came, oh, and they hooked it up, and I was so relieved. So that might have been that might have been not the catalyst because I mean the meditation and everything I was doing too. And it was what was needed because I had that experience is what carried me through the dark night of the soul. Because I had that experience, I learned a lot about natural healing. I learned a lot about energetic healing, uh, self-deification, deities, different different paths. Mm, what may be in my lineage and my bloodline. Learn a lot about myself, and but that vision, that experience, that helped me to keep going because the the depression I used to I may have gone off because I used to be on antidepressants and anti-anxiety and I think Lexapro and Klonopin, and I got off of and I have been on them off and on since my early 20s. Um, and I got off of them, and wow, come to find out, I wasn't really depressed. That's what I realized because I used to think I was doing good uh, because I accepted the diagnosis of depression. I went to therapy. I took the medication. But when I looked up depression, when I heard about depression, it was like, some people find everyday functions taxing, like brushing their teeth, washing their face, going to work. I had bouts of that, but um, I would just call those lazy days because I worked hard. Where I just took my time getting up, getting ready, um, channel surfing all day. I just call those lazy days. Did I bring some tissue? And so I thought I was doing uh, I don't know what to think about it. Yeah, I accepted depression, but it was like a crutch. It was like I'm not saying depression is not an illness. It is. I've been through it. I'm not saying it is not debilitating. It exactly is. What I'm trying to say is, when I was under the illusion that I was depressed, I really wasn't. What I was unmentored. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just confused. I was lost. My mom transitioned when I was 16 years old. And even though I did gain about 10 mothers, aunties, godmamas, cousins, because that's how my mama was. She rolled like that. But how my mama is. And so I gained about 10, but they still had lives of their own. They still have families and children of their own. So I basically had to learn them all. And I'm still learning. And I should have been looking for a mentor instead of therapist. But I had no idea that I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to not know. I thought everybody had to figure it out. I had people in my life that looked like they knew, but it also looked like to me they worked out a system because you know how we do. We only talk about the negative things that happen to us. We only talk about how we overcome being molested or um, well, how we get together, or how we raise people. Well, you don't want to do this. How we raise our children or nieces and nephews and stuff like that. You don't want to do this because I did this. We talk about the negative things we did. So my thing was where they made it, because I had some, there's some beautiful women in my life that helped raise me, and uh, they manage households. They know how to cook. They have husbands. They took care of their husbands. They take care of their husbands and raise their children. They did it. College educated. They, what society says approved is good. They did it, and but they didn't. But how they did it, it really wasn't made clear how they did it, other than trust God, other than take no mess, um, other than whatever you do, be good at it. Be good at it. It wasn't as detailed as what I'm learning now. I'm able to, and so I had to detach myself. And part of that detachment, when you detach, you become lonely. When you become lonely, you get depressed. So, onto depression, the dark night of the soul. What I was saying was, when I was taking the medication and everything, I wasn't depressed. Depression is a detachment, is a disconnect that is very difficult to willfully get past. I'm trying to explain it the way I experienced it. I'll explain it more in the next video. But it was it was like I was doing everything from deep within a tunnel. I was interacting with people. I was working, but it was from a distance. I couldn't feel the connection. I spiritually felt the connection, but I couldn't physically feel the connection. No, opposite. I physically felt the connection because I was raw, but I couldn't spiritually feel the connection. And so spiritual disconnect, that dark night of the soul. See you on what, part 5? What?